Meanwhile, the Civil War Museum in the basement of the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, well, it remains closed after another round of flooding is threatening the displays. 24-hour News 8's Brenna Donnelly did some investigating, got some answers from the State Department handling the problem. Brenna, what they have to say?
Well, Brooke, there's a lot of finger pointing going on as to why the museum is still closed. Now, I spoke to two groups actually today. First, the Museum Foundation. Now, they told me it's in the hands of the Indiana State Department of Administration to solve the problem. Well, the Indiana State Department of Administration says it's in the hands of the Museum Foundation to fund the repairs. Meanwhile, the museum has been closed for months. The center of Circle City.
I remember coming here as a kid with my mother.
Windows all the way up top.
And even in frozen February, the Soldiers and Sailors Monument is drawing tourists.
I'm from Finland. I'm from Turku, Finland.
I am from Peoria, Illinois.
This is the Lamont family and their exchange student son, Otto.
We came over last night and decided to see part of the city here during the day. Came up to see the Veterans Monument.
As a Navy veteran himself, Joe Lamont especially wanted to take his family to the Civil War Museum in the basement, but they were met with this.
I was surprised and shocked because it was such a beautiful environment when we went and looked at it before last year, and kind of surprised that they wouldn't have it properly affixed and repaired.
I'm kind of bummed. We brought our son from Finland to watch it, and we don't get to show it to him today.
The museum is operated by a nonprofit called the Indiana War Memorials Foundation. They told us the flooding started last fall after a leak was repaired in May and following an even bigger leak renovation in 2015. So the IWM closed the museum again, moved the artifacts, and submitted a report to the State Department of Administration. They say until the department starts repairs, the museum is closed indefinitely. That's something tourists and locals don't want to see.
From a war perspective, it's always great to remember those people who fought for us.
I hope it opens back up again and kids get a chance to come down here.
A little sad because we'll have to make another 3-hour trip in May if it's open, so it makes it a little difficult for us.
That is a real disappointment because I think they're fixing it, and yet we're still having these issues. So come on, let's get it together.
Now, it's important to note that the observation tower, the elevator that goes up all those stairs, that's still open to the public. Even the gift shop's still open. They have winter hours, though, so that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during the day. As for the artifacts that were inside the Civil War Museum, they have every one of them, been moved. Most of them are at the Indianapolis War Memorial, the Indiana War Memorial Museum. That's on Michigan Street, if you're interested in checking it out there. But until funding happens for the Civil War Museum, it looks like it'll remain closed. Live downtown, I'm Brenna Donnelly, 24-hour News 8.